Geeks for Geeks has a challenge for you, the 390 challenge. Choose what you want to learn in 2024 and aim to complete at least 90% of the course in the next 90 days. And if you do that, you get back 90% of what you paid for the course. We believe you can do that. Now all you got to do is commit to your success, commit with Geeks for Geeks.
Hello everyone. Welcome to GeeksforGeeks. This is day 6 of Django series. So in this session, we will be building a digital resume website, right? So by using Django, right? So okay, so I'm just sharing my screen and we quickly build that project, right? Okay, so I'm sharing my screen, right? And yeah, okay, so I think the screen is visible to you, right? Okay, so what I can do, so basically first of all I just try to open up my terminal, and over here this is a day 6, so I just make a day 6 folder. Over here I just quickly like I just already create a virtual environment. Inside the virtual environment is already installed the Django, right? So okay, so first of all I just make a project. So Django admin and start project. I just starting my project, and I just give this project name is resume, right? I just make the give the basically a project name is resume, right? Okay, cool. So as you can see, like what will be the approach to making this project is basically I just make a like a diagram over here. So see, this is the resume project, and inside the resume project, I make a three apps. One for the about me, another for the project, and another for the contact. Right. So you can make extend the project and you can make another section for it. But basically, I just make basically all three app will be creating in this the project, right? Okay, so about me basically is rendering the HTML for the your about your who you are and what your like which college you are studying, all about these things in the mention in this about a section about app. So yeah, and in the project app we will be rendering these project related whatever you build a project in your like in your student journey, you can make mention over here, and the another route for the contact page. So in the contact page basically we will be basically add some google forms, so that anyone wanted to reach out to you, so just they can fill out this form, right? Okay, so quickly I just make like app of all these three. So as you can see over here, so we have a project, basically a resume project, right? The name project name is resume, right? And what I can do, I can just make it a application. So we know that Django, how to make it Django admin start app. Here I just making first, let's say contact, right? Contact, I just make application's name is sorry okay, so I just remove these things. First of all I just make this application inside this project, so not over here. So I just remove basically I just remove basically resume. Okay, so again okay, sorry, I just by mistake I just remove the project. Okay, okay, what I can do, I can remove everything, right, from this so I just remove also our contact also, right? So I just freshly just create a once more a project. So what I can do, I say the Django admin start project, right? And I just the resume, right? I just make a resume, right? uh what it says mean, so start, sorry, so I just misspell the start, SDRT, the start project, and I just say that resume, right? And I just make it, and as you can see, we have our resume project, right? I just go inside this resume project, right? And over here, as you can see, we have our resume project and we have manage.py. And over here, I just creating our one app called the basically contact. So what I can say, I say the Django admin admin and is start app, and here it says contact, right? Contact. business. Just make it a little bit bigger so that contact, right? So as you can see here, we have a contact app. Here once more, I just make a one more applications, which is name is basically about me, right? So about what's that name? Let me take it. So like about me, and after that we have make a project, right? So yeah, just make it bigger. About about I just make it about yeah, about I just make it this thing is about me, something like this, right? About me, right? So this is a project name. So as you can see, we have a about me, a project name, it's an app name. And also I just make one more application, which is name is a project, right? This, and I just make it. And as you can see, we have one more apps called project. Let's open up these things into a VS Code. Meanwhile, I just hide this thing, okay? And I just make it open up in the VS Code. So as you can see over here, just cut down these things, right? As you can see over here, we have all three apps, and this is the main project, right? So this is a resume main project, which is the name of this main thing, and all this is the project name. So what I need to do, first of all, I just mention register this all application inside the setting.py. So I just remove this comment and I just save it. And over here, what I can do, I can quickly say like this. First of all, about me, like this. And another, I just need to give also. Another was contact. Again, we have to give the basically project, right? So project, right? So yeah, this is the thing, right? And what I can do over here, quickly, I just quickly, very quickly, I just also I just make a set up these things, right? So first of all, I just go over here. I just over here. First of all, I just quickly make a url.py in each app, right? So urls dot py, like this. And over here, I just say again urls dot py, like this. And over here, just make a one more urls dot py, like this. Okay, so I have all three urls dot py for three apps, right? And over here, what I can do, I can just over here, I just mention that I just quickly just connected to all url.py with this project url.py. So what I can do, I can say basically path, and also I just import include, right? So over here, what I can do, I can say that path. And so anyone hit to this root urls, and then what will be, sorry, what will be happen, we just try to redirect to this specific url.py, app specific url.py. So what I can do, I can say that include over here, I just need to say is like this, find the basically project, right? So I say project project, and here we if you find the project, then you will be find the urls, right? Similarly we do for the all three projects, right? We get error because we just need to put a comma because this is inside the list, right? And then we have to give the contact. So again, here just give contact, I guess contact, right? Contact हो गया. Then I just need to give the about about me dot url, right? So each time, so yeah, that is the thing. And whenever I just make it, this is the project, so I just make a comment over here, it's called project, so that we can understand, okay, this is a url.py for the project, right? Project apps. Okay, so meanwhile, what I can do, I can just copy this thing, right? I just copy the thing, I just save my time, and I just try to paste over here, right? So what I can do, I can remove this, we know it, right? So all this thing we did it in the section 1 and section 2. So yeah, I just quickly do it right over here. So like in the session 1 and session 2, all the previous sessions, we will do it like how to make applications and how we can do this, right? Okay, so what I can do, of course, I just include these things, and I no need include. So anyone want reach to like hit to this root URL, and I just try to say over here is project slash. Then I just call the functions um, called project, right? And after that, I just give the name also of project, right? Project, right? And also I just need to import these views, right? Whatever that the app's view, so I just import it. Import, we can say that from the present directory import views. I say like this, and now I just say views dot views, right? Got it? And I just remove all these things because I just make a only one row for this, right? Okay, and similarly I just do for the all two applications. This is same thing I just do for the basically contact. So this is a contact, although I just say that contact so that we can understand it, right? So in the same that we just importing the views, and over here I just say contact, contact, right? Contact, and I just give the name of it is contact. And also anyone wanted to go the contact, then contact like this, right? I just make it, and after that, of course, we have to make for the about page. Yeah, about me. Okay, this is for about me, right? This is not about, right? So here this is for about underscore me, something like this, right? And what I can do, anyone's go to the about about slash, or we can say that about me. I just keep it like this. And anyone wanted to go about underscore me, in that case what I can do, I can say like this. I just call the functions called about something like this. And of course anyone wanted to do like this, so I say that about like this, and I just make it yeah, and that's it. And what I can do else is move the things, because I just make only one route, right? So I just make thing simple, right? And also I just make remove this thing, right? Cool. So and also we have to create inside the views, right? So this is the views of, let's say, just remove all, cutting this all these things, and also have to implement, right? We just define that to go to that function. Also we have to define the functions now, right? So this is for the about me, and I just say that go to the about, or we can say that like about me, so that it's a consistent, right? So I just say that there's a function, right? So I have to implement these functions too, right? So what I can do, I can say like this. I just copy these things and I just paste over here. I just remove the things and I just paste over here. And these functions take, as we know that these functions take a one parameter called request and request, right? And this request, this request basically return something, right? So I just returning for now. I just returning like this. I just importing the from the Django HTTP Django Django.http HTTP import HTTP response, right? Like this. And now HTTP response I just says like this. I'm saying like this, right? About me page, something like this, right? I just write a simple text, right? And nothing, I just render over here, right? So I just simply just make it this thing fine, and after that anyone wanted to hit to this, so I just try to render this about page, about me page, something like this, right? Okay, so this similarly I just implement for the contact also, right? So what I can do, what is the name of the functions? The function's name is contact. I just copy these things and I just paste over here. So what I can do, I can just remove these things and say that def contact. I just need to say request, and then I just return that the HTTP response called from the Django.http HTTP input HTTP response and I just say that HTTP response. So I just simply say that this is contact. This is your contact page, something like contact page, right? Like this. So yeah, and after that, yeah, this is the thing. And after that, we have to implement for the project, right? So what I can do, I can just make it a project, dev, right? Div again, we have a project. So project, and it's take a parameters called request, and of course we just need to give some HTTP response over here. Quickly I just import it dot from the HTTP response Django dot HTTP HTTP import HTTP response, and here I just say HTTP response. Here I'm just sending HTTP response as a text. This is our contact project page, right? Project project page, right? Project page, right? Simple, right? So we just add that all this like all this project name I just mentioned, this setting.py, right? And also, we connect this thing to the all these URLs py, the apps urls.py connected to this resume.py, right? Or what is the project.py, like in the projects folders, right? So what I can do, I can just open up these things and run the server. So as you can see, I currently am in the virtual environment, and I just need to say that Python 3. So Python 3 manage.py run server. Yeah. Once I do this, and now I just try to open the thing, and we get an error. Okay, so it says something. Okay, so it's not an error basically. So I just wanted to I give the wrong route, because in the about section in the URL I'm saying that about me. So about me is a main page, like whenever just hit that root URL. So I just wanted to render this about me page, right? I don't need to give the slash URL slash about me, right? So that's why I just make it this thing, and now I just try to refresh it. And as you can see, we get it's about me, and I will say that con sorry contact. I just say contact, and then of course we just say that about not about project. So I get a project page, right? Not a page. Basically, I just get a response. I just write a simple text over here, just sending the text, simple text, right? Okay. Now what I can do, I can make a template folder, templates, right? I just make a templates folder. Inside the templates folder, I just basically I just wanted to make like a template called basically nav.html, right? So why just give the nav.html over here? So see, navigation. So as you can in the every website, as you can see, like in the every website we have a navigation, right? So this navigation, whatever we write over the code over here, these navigations will be present in the every route, right? In the about section, in the about slash me section, in this contact section, and all this section. So what we will do, we just write once code, and then I just try to inherit this code in the every application. So we do it. Let me first I implement, then I just try to explain you what I'm trying to do. Okay. So for now, I just say it's like this. For that I says this is the nav, right? I say just like it nav, right? And also what I can do, I can do like this. We have to go to the settings in these, and also we have to do like this, like importing, like mentioning the address of this. Okay, so what I can do, I can say that, oh, import OS, and I just copy this thing. Like we did it a lot of times, so just quickly I just do it, right? So this over here, what I can do here, I say that OS dot path, not yeah path dot join, something like this, and over here we just need to put the base dir, and also give the folder name. So my folder name is template. Let's template, right? This is right. So I just mentioned this thing, and so that we can able to render it, right? So I just quickly make a navigation, right? So I just quickly make a navigation for this project, right? So like navigation is important, like navigation is like is the in the every section, right? So just make the name called navigation, and over here what I can do, and over here I just make a ul. So just how we can make it, so I just make render this ul, and this ul basically this ul, right? So I just make a ul first ul, and what I can do, I can do like this. Sorry, why not like this? Let's remove these things, and just first of all make a div. Inside a div I just try to make a ul tag, and inside the ul tag I just give the anchor tag. So this anchor tag will be responsible for the like all the homes about me and something like this, right? So like this, right? And right now I just not mention anything, so I just for now I just make like anything. I just make hash or nothing. I just mention, right? Over here first we have about me, so I just write it about me, right? And also we just need something called project, so I just say project, and in the last section we have a contact. So yeah, and what I can do, so this is a ul part, and also like we have to style this thing, right? So otherwise like without styling we can't do anything, right? So we have like we can't able to make a number, so for that we have to give this style.css. So see, this template is for the project, not a specific for the apps, right? So what I can do, I can make a one more. Again, we discussed in the previous session about how we can render the static file inside the the Django, right? So I just create a static file. Inside the static file I just make a folder again called basically a css, right? So inside the css I can make a file called no, a file called, let's say, nav dot css, right? nav.css. So I quickly also we have to mention this static to this project. So what I can do, I can go this resume. So this is the main project, and over here I just quickly basically I just quickly mention inside the project. So what I can do, I can just quickly go to the setting.py. uh, just a minute yeah. So what I can do, I can just quickly one second. Yeah, so I just quickly go to this static file where, oh sorry, is open, right? So over here just quickly just copy to this base dir, and I just copy this thing, and I'll go all the way down, and over here as you can see the static underscore url. Over here what I can do, I can send, like we did it right before, we say that static, and then we have to say that file uh, file, right? And files underscore urls, right? And it's take as a list, not this thing, uh, list. And over here I just need to quickly mention that the os dot path dot dot join, right? Yes. And over here I just mention that base dir, and over here I just say that is static, like this, right? So this is like I just mentioned these things, and yeah, that's it. And I just also save these things too. And also for the demonstration, like the thing is rendering or not, I just make a background, maybe black or something like this, or maybe say that green, so that we can see, okay, will the html part, like css part, is rendering inside the html or not, right? So what I can do, I can over here I just quickly load this static. As we know, like we have to loading this static file. So what I can do, I can say static. So what I need to say, load static, right? Load static, right? Like this. Just load this static file, the css file into it. And what I can do over here, I just need to say link, just quickly I just say the link and like this, and then what the name is nav.css. So see that nav.css, but this is present where. So what I can do, I can do like this. this, and over here we just need to add static, and then I just cut this thing. I just cut this thing over here and just paste over here, and then what I can do, I can do like this, right? So static, inside the static we have a CSS folder. We just say that CSS slash nav. That's it. Now I just try to, okay, we have to, for now I just rendered into a main page, right? This navigation, like this navigation I just rendered inside this about me page, right? So I just quickly go over here, and over here I just try to make it, right? I just make it to go to this function, and I just reach to this function over here. What I can do, I can just quickly render this nav HTML, right? So I just remove this thing, and here I say that render render, and here I just give the two parameter, first for the request and another is like HTML part. So what is that name is? The name is nav dot HTML, right? That's it. And now I just try to refresh it. So I just go to this the root, like in the main over here, and it says some error. So it's saying like nav.css is not present. Okay, so let me check why this is not present. This is this, and inside the CSS we have a nav.css, right? So I just quickly go uh, over here, and I'm checking like what is the mistake, right? So what I did mistake, uh, let me check first. I think we correct, right? We are correct. So okay, so we did it mistake because we have to put inside this comma, then only we can read the proper address of it, right? So yeah, sometimes we get right. As you can see, we have this, right? We have the static page and we have a nav, right? We have to style this nav, like we will style this navigation. But for now, as you can see, whenever I head to this thing, and we just render this navigation. Got it? Okay, so for that we have to style this thing, right? But if you see, I just make this thing a background, this thing, but that means the background is not basically green. The reason why this thing happened, that means this thing, like this static file is not loaded. So I just say that load dot is static, right? And let me just quickly close this over. This is sometimes happen, right? When this is an issue with the Django, sometimes these static file is not loaded, but it's really not loaded. I think I did some mistake. Okay, so I just quickly see what I did mistake. So over here I just nav bar, and then I just static slash this. Where I did mistake? Sorry, right? Uh, Okay, so what I can do, I just do maybe give some more styling so that we can understand like is actually this issues or not. I just give, let's say, background body, and I just give the background color to be maybe black or something called brown, and um, okay, so I think it's perfect, right? There's no issue in that. Yeah, it's perfect, right? So I just save it and see these thing, right? Okay, it's not loaded. Okay, so what I can do, I can just open up the incognito, and sometimes this happen, right? Just paste over here. Yeah, it's rendered same thing, right? So I think we did a mistake in my code. So let's see what that issue. Mm, we're just rendering this thing. Okay, maybe we did it in the setting.py mistake, right? So what I can do, we just go to this resume folder. Inside the resume folder, we over here. So maybe we did a mistake over here. So let me check it. We did mistake over here or not. So I just go inside it and see. This is the static slash URL, and then I just give this, and then say the static folder, static, right? Spelling should be correct, right? Yeah, it's correct, I think. And also just give some comma to here. And yeah, I think we good to go. Let me check it once more time. It's working or not. Okay, I don't know why this thing is not loading. Okay. Uh, okay, so what we can do, we just do it like this. Left the thing and we just try to check it why the uh, HTML static file is not rendering, right? I think this is issue for. Let me do one more thing. Uh, this thing is not rendering, right? So, mm, mm, mm. Okay, maybe this issue. This is issue, right? Just this is a very precise thing. Okay, so let first of all I just make one more route for it. I will see that what the issue is that. So for now I just make for this contact page style.css, right? And so each one, as we discussed like in the previous session, is how we will be basically render the thing, right? So like as I always give the example of this thing, so as you can see this is a facebook.com. So each facebook have their own template file, so we will just do it for our project also. So we will make the basically uh, sorry the file for each one, right? Each application we just try to make a template file, right? Okay, so what we will do, I just close all these things for now, right? And we just try to import this thing, right? So what I can do, I can, so this is a resume.py and over here this is for the project. So I just make a folder called project templates, right? Inside the templates, I just wanted to make a folder called what's the name? So project.html, right? Right. And here I just say this is a project, right? So this is a project page, right? Right. So this is we did it like a lot of time we did it. So this is project right? So yeah, and also this is a project. I simply I just render this html page, right? In the views, I just go inside the views, I say that render uh, of course we have to give the request, and inside the request I just wanted to give the like html page. So what that html page is the what the name of the HTML. So the name of this HTML page is project. This is the page name, right? Project. So now I just try to save it, and now I just try to go to the project. So we get an again error. It says the project was okay. Project this is not sent. So the reason being it says project that is not thing, because as we know that inside the app we have to create a one more folder called the same name as the whatever we create the app. So we have to create one more folder here, project, and inside the project we just need to put the html page, right? So now and over here how we can say that we can say that project slash project dot html, like this, and I just save it, right? And over here and just refresh it, and as you can see the html page is rendered, right? And also we can make a for a specific static file for the specific project, right? So what I can do, I can make a one more project static file is static folder. So inside the static folder I just make a one more the app folder. So I just say that project, right? And inside the project we just creating the apps, creating the static folders. I just give the css, right? And inside the css folder I just create a one more thing, the which the like whatever the name of it. So I just say project.css, got it? And over here just quickly just I remove these things, and I just over here I just quickly render this thing, right? So quickly I just render over here like this. Again, curly bracket will give the percentage sign, and then I just say that load and is static, right? Like this we just try to make it. And also we have to mention over here, right? So link, not like this, link dot css. And over here what I can do, I can say, like, we have to mention that part, right? So as we know, basically, sorry, this static file is known by the Django's, right? So inside it we have a what, so first of all we have to give this like this, and of course we have to give this percentage, and then I just remove this, right? And after that we have to get static, right? Static. And then I just give the URL of that the HTML part, right? So I just say that project slash css slash what, project.css, project.css, right? So that's how we can import this css file over here. And over here what I need to do is, again, I just give, for checking that HTML like style.css is rendering or not, I say the background background color, maybe anything. I say that yes. Now I just try to refresh it. Again, please, HTML static file is not rendering, right? What the issue? The thing is not rendering. Uh, okay, maybe there's some issue because of, like, there's a issue inside the Django to rendering these uh, like a static file sometimes. So what I can do, I can say contact, and over here, not contact, we are working on the project, right? So yeah, as you can see, we rendered the thing. There are sometimes it's issue, like the sometimes is not rendering. Now as you can see, that whatever we say, like CSS file is rendering, right? For now, got it? Okay, cool. So similarly we did for the others too, like for the about me and the contact page, right? Okay, quickly I just do it, right? So what I can do, again, we have to make folders called template. Okay, templates, right? So inside the template we give the apps folder, that contact. And inside the contact we just need to give the HTML page, right? So contact dot HTML, right? Okay, cool. And here it just says, again, it has to give h1 is contact like this, and that's it. And over here again we have to do for the what, the static folder. So static folder, inside the static folder, again I just make out, tell me what folder, the apps names called contact, right? So inside the contact we have to make what kind of static file I just wanted to create. I just wanted to css file. So I just make a folder called css, right? And inside the css I just wanted to make a css file. So inside this I just says like what the name of it. So we're working on contact, so we say contact.css, that's it. And here again, I just, for checking the purpose the css is rendering my HTML or not, I just make it a background, maybe this time I just make a background to blue, a wallet, right? So I just save it. And then again we have to load this thing, percentage. I say that load, I make it static and load like this. And over here what I can do, over here it says like this, link css, and just remove these things, and then save it. Percentage we have to say that is static, and of course, and then these things, and then we say is contact, then we need to say that css, and then we have to mention the contact css, contact contact.css. That's it. So that's how we can say that static is static inside the contact, Inside the contact we have a css folder, and we have the css folder again, we have to just tick, and also make sure this is there space between it, right? Otherwise it's issue when, like, when we do this thing, right? I say that contact, and again it's not showing. The reason is not showing is because we have to mention this html part of this contact over here, views. So we didn't do this, right? So what I can do, I just remove the things, I just remove this thing too, right? And say the renders, again we have to give the request, again we have to say what, we have to say like this, basically the page of it, right? Page of name it. So we say contact slash contact dot html, like this, right? Save it, and I just refresh it. We get an error. He says this issue over here. Let me check it, what that issue. uh in the static, so we have to say that load is static, not static load. Yeah, we did lot of mistakes, right? And we have to say refresh it, and as you can see, these html also render and these css also render, right? Okay, good. Now the last thing is left for the basically for the what, for the about me page, right? So first of all, I just about inside the about me page, I, instead of rendering this, I just wanted to render the about underscore me me dot html. Yet is not created, but I will, like, I will do it, right? Now I just do it, right? So what I can do, I can over here, I just make a one more again folder called template templates, and inside the templates what I can do, I can make one more html page. It's called template about me dot template, right? So like we make inside the app about me app, so we have to make a one more folder, not a file, right? So here folder, I say that about underscore me, right? So inside this we have to make a, tell me, we have to make a html page. So about me.html, like this. And over here I just say like this, and here I just say this is h1, I just say this is about me, like this. And I just save it, and now I just try to refresh to, I just save it to this page. Again it says this is not found. The reason this is not found is, I'll go to this pie, not this is about me page, and like as we know that we have to mention the first about me, so about me, like this, so that we have to, now it will be render. As you can see, it's render, but we have to make static folders for this application too, right? So what I know, I just quickly make it is static, right? And static, inside the static, what I can do, I can make one more app. So again about me, and inside the about me we have to creating like which kind of static file I just created. I just created for css, I just make it for css. Again inside the css we have to make it a about underscore me dot css, right? Oh, here again I just to quickly make a background maybe anything, or maybe brown, right? I save it, right? And now I just try to render it. Let's see. Again, it's not loading. The reason being we have to not load over here. So we have to load this thing like this static file, CSS file into the inside the HTML page. What I need to do, we have to say that load and is static. That's it. And here I just need to say that link the CSS, right? Link the css over here, and what I can do, I can say like this percentage, we have to say that is static, and then we have to say something, we have to say something like we have to say the which is what is the folder of it. So the folder is slash about, right? So again we have to give a single colon. Inside the single colon we have to say about underscore me and underscore slash about uh, the css, and CSS folder. Inside the CSS folder, after that CSS folder, we have one more called about me.css like this, right? Like this, and I just do like this. No, uh, like this, right? And I just save it. I just save it and try to refresh it. Uh, Again, it's not loading. Maybe I just did little bit mistake everywhere. Uh, okay, okay. We not mention this. No, we have not give this thing, right? That's right. We did mistake a little bit, and it's not loading. The reason is okay. Static. This, and we have to do something, right? Hmm. Okay, we had did little mistakes. We have to figure out, right? Statics, right? Correct. Okay, so I think it is not mentioning because of this thing, right? Uh, so see, in the static, we have a about me page. Inside the about me, we have a CSS, right? So in that the CSS, we have a CSS page, right? Got it. And what I can do, I can say the static. Go to this about me page, and inside about me page this, and then you will find out these pages, right? So why this CSS is not rendering? Why, right? So this is rendering and this is not rendering. Okay, just I just close it again servo, and there's some issue I think. So yeah. Oh yeah, as you can see, this thing is rendering, right? So there are some issue like something like somewhere sometimes you not able to render the static files. You just close this up and run this up. So this is a bug for the Django. I think maybe, or what I can do, I can say that about not about, we have no about section. Basically we have a contact, and we have a one more thing is called resume, not resume project. So project. So all three folders have been rendered the HTML file, static file rendering, right? Now let's try to see why inside this nav, right? This nav is not rendering, right? So let's figure out the things. I just load this thing, static, and this static is goes over here, right? So for that, I can do inside the main page. Inside the main page, this is the main page, right? So inside the main page, I just try to. So what I can do? Okay, first of all, I just try to basically this is the nav, right? So see, nav will be present in every route, right? So in every route in the project we have a nav, right? And we inside the main, inside about me page, over here we have a nav bar. Inside the, let's say, contact page, like we have a nav bar. But so for that, like as we know that dry principle, right? So don't repeat, like so we don't write a code for the nav bar again and again and again. So assume like this, for this is a nav bar code, right? This is a nav bar code. So I just do, I'm not able to write this all code in the every HTML page, right? So what I can do, instead of, I just inherit, there's a concept to inherit this code, right? So what I can do, I can inherit this code, right? So for that, what I can do, I just basically uh, inherit this in the about me page. So how we could do this? We can do like this, right? We can do like this. These are like detail part. This is part of the detail Django template language, right? So what I can do, I can do like this. We have to say that include. So over here I just include, like over here. After that we have a h1 branch, right? So over here what I do, I just say that this, and we have to say that include uh, include. I think this intelligence is not working. Okay, include, and I just says like nav dot html, like this, right? And that's it. And then we have to define where we have to present that nav. So I just make it at the top of it, and here I just says that in I just give this some container name called container, like this. and like after that we just style this thing. And over here what we need to do, we have to say like this: the percentage block block block, and then we say the content, whatever we have a content, right? So like this content, and over here then we do like this is end block, like this, right? And that, yeah, so that's how the whatever the content, like navbar content we will be getting into like over here, right? So I just save it and I just try to refresh it, and not over here. So as you can see, we get this navbar. Got it? This navbar we get it, right? Okay. So now we get this navbar, right? So now let's try to style this navbar, right? So I just close all these things, all these things. So suppose I just want this navbar inside the contact page. So I just do write I just try to include that navbar, right? Not writing the whole code into that HTML page, right? The contact, let's say contact over here, I just want a navbar, so that I just try to include that, right? Okay, so what I can do, first of all, I just try to basically style this navbar, right? Okay, so what I can do, I just close this thing, I just close all this thing, right? All this file, okay, yeah, I just close this thing, right? And over here what I can do, I can go the all the way of over here. This is the style.css, and here first of all we have to figure out why this thing is not happen. Or what I can do, I can do little bit some sort of basically HTML CSS file. So first checking the thing is working or not. So what I can do, I can give the I just first of all I just give these class called container or something like this, or we can give the class, let's say nav, something nav, yeah, that's better. So I just give this container start to nav, and over here it just says called nav, and over here I'm just saying not, yeah, I mean this nav, right? I just calling to this class, and over here I say that background to be maybe something called this, right? And I just try to refresh it. It's nothing happened because because of this, right? So this is the class, right? And here I'm importing, right? So here it says loading a static contract, and there's no issue over here too. So okay, this is CSS and this is this thing. Okay, it's correct, but I don't know why this thing is not loading. Okay, let's first of all let's write this thing. Maybe, maybe. Mm, okay, so okay, that's it. I think we just make it think. So maybe I will design this HTML part in the next section, right? This is not thing, right? So this is, I know this is looking weird. We have to style it, right? So what I can do, I can implement all this nav into every section, right? So what I can do, I can do same for it, right? So I just close this thing, close these things, sorry, close this thing, all, right, all, and this also, right. So over here in the contact page, what I can do, I can basically but inherited the these like navbar, right? So I just copy this from here, from here HTML part, sorry, yeah, from here I just copy this thing and just paste over here, over in the every session, because we every page we want a navbar, right? So what I can do, I can go over here and just paste over here, right? Paste over here, and as you can see, when I just load this contact page, contact page, contact page, we, as you can see, we get this thing, right? And also also we will be for the contact page, okay? Then for the basically the project one, right? So I just go over here, where static project, and I just paste over here, right, like this, save it, and here it just says project, right? as you can see, we get it. So we no need to write these navbar code again and again in the each HTML part, right? So we have to install this thing too. So we will do it. We will do, right. Maybe next session, but we will do it, right? And after that, what I can do, I can also inside the nav, I can also mention this name, like the page name. So what I can do, I can say like this again. We have to say that this percentage, and we have to say URLs and then give the name of it. Here I'm saying go to this about me page. So I just give the about underscore me, and what it does, what is over here is right. So this is the name of it. See, what is the name, what is the name of it, irrespective of this sub like slash domain, like route, we can give this name, so automatically switch to that path, right? That page, right? So what I can do, I can do like this. So where it's gone, yeah, over here. So again, we have this a project, so just need to say that this percentage say that URL, and then give the uh like this about, sorry, project, like this project, right? Again, same for we will do for the contact to, okay? Contact to, right? Contact like this, right? And after that, I just make sure this is space between it, right? Otherwise it's not work. So as you can see, go to about, it's not gone because of maybe check. Okay, so there's issue. I think there's an issue over this thing. So no, there's no issue. I think is go the slash product, but there's some slash over here. Okay, so I just need some slash over here then right. And then let's go to this. So right. Uh, okay. So this issue, maybe we are not we have different name inside it. So let me fix it. How we can do it, just remove these things. So remove these things, and then what I can do, I can go to this URL, right? So this is a project name, right? So I just copy this thing exactly same, and paste over here, right? Over here, yeah, right, over here, and then just save it. Now just refresh it. Maybe I just go to over here. Oh, wait, it's gone. Where did getting? So it says this is real is not matching, something like this. Okay. So maybe I will do these things. I just make it these things like this. This, right? Save it, and now I just try to refresh it. Yeah, now thing is working. So what we'll do, maybe in the next class we just try to design these things, and we just try to basically building the whole style these things, and basically building the whole portfolio website. So I think that's it. So we just build all the basic stuff, we build a lot of project and all those things, and we have to mention that we have to style the nav bar, then we have to go to this project, we have to write implement this project, we remove this all this script, we just checking the the style.cs is loaded or not. Okay, so I think there are two like, so yeah, I think it's too much, like the video will be getting long, so that's why I just make it close for now. So yeah, that is for today's class. In the next session we just continue this project. So yeah, so thank you, bye.